Hey, hi friends. My name is Abhishek Roshan and welcome to my channel Engineer Abhishek Roshan. So friends, today I am going to discuss 100 Linux basic commands. Whether you are a IT professional or non-IT professional, or whether you are a college going student or a working professional, my friends, everybody needs these 100 Linux basic commands. Why? Whether you are an Android user, Mac user, Windows user, or even if you are preparing for competitive exam also, these Linux 100 basic command is definitely going to help you out. So let me tell you what all these 100 Linux basic commands. So friends, let's start the session without wasting our time because time is money for us. And friends, those who are new to this channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. So let's get started. First command, my friend, right? So what is the first command? The first command is nothing but that is called pwd. Pwd is nothing but this is stands for present working directory. Means it is showing that where exactly you are. What is your present working directory? If I am going to where, okay, if I am doing pwd, it will show you slash where over here. So my present working directory is where. So the next command is ls command. Okay. So ls command is nothing but it's called listing. Means if you want to see the files, okay, inside a directory, okay, then you can use ls command. Wherever you, if you want to list all the files or a directory, then you can use ls command. Cd command, cd command is stands for change directory. If you want to move from one place to other place, from one directory to other directory, suppose if I want to move from here, okay, from where directory to, or suppose you are already in slash, if you do pwd, present working directory is slash splunk log is there, right? Underscore logs is there. So if I want to move it from where, you want to go to where directory, just do and then the pwd, you are inside slash where directory. Next command is mkdir. If you want to create a directory, okay, I want to create a directory called elk. Okay, so here I am creating a directory called elk, and if I do ll, okay, so you will come to know that elk is created. How I come to know it is a directory? D stands for directory, and these all are files, because if nothing is mentioned, this is a regular file, my friend. Okay. Moving on to the next command, my friend, that is rmdir. That is removing a directory. If you want to remove a directory, just do a rmdir. Suppose if I want to remove this elk directory, enter. Now if I do ll, so you will come to know there is no elk directory over here. Moving on to the next command, my friend, that is touch command. If you want to create a empty file, again repeating my sentence, if you want to create a empty file, so then you can use a touch command. Suppose here I am creating a file .txt, okay, or if I can make it as a file1.txt, okay, enter. So it's going to create a file with a 0 KB. Here you can see that this stands for 0, means there is no data inside this file1.txt is there. Moving on to the next command, that is rm command, my friend. Rm command stands for removing a file. Okay, if you want to remove a file, which file? Just now we created a this file file1.txt, and enter. So remember, you need to give your option, means whether you want to delete this file or not. Just give y, so it's going to delete. Moving on to the next command, my friend, the command is called cp command. If you want to copy a file, okay, so suppose here we have a log file, right? That is splunk.log. Okay. So I want to copy this file, okay, to a different location. So how you are going to do that one? So then suppose I want to copy this file inside anywhere. You just take it under where. Okay. So you can copy, and you can copy the same file with a different name. Okay. Suppose instead of this is splunk.log, I am going to make it as a elk.log. You are creating a duplicate copy of this file, means you are copying this file to a different location with a different name, and the data will be also intact, the data will be also same. Just enter, and if you go slash var and then log, so friend, just go to cd slash var and do a ll over here. So here you can see elk.log is there, or if you want to make it easy, just do a ls-ltrs. So the latest you can see bottom, and you can see the size is also same. Moving on to the next command, suppose I want to rename this file, or if I want to move this file. Okay, there are two things you can do with the mb command, move command. Either you can move this file from one location to other location, or if you want to rename a file also, then you can use mb. Let me show you. Okay, so I want to move this file elk.log. Where you want to move? Again, I want to move it to splunk.logs directly. Now you go, where you go, just go to splunk.log and just do a ll over there. So here you can see it's came back to elk.log over there. Now I want to rename also. Then also you can use mb command. Okay. So instead of elk.log, I want to rename it to kibana. Okay. Kibana.log. Right? So enter. Now if you do ll instead of elk.log, it's renamed to kibana.log. You can understand from this 101 also. Okay. Moving on to the next command, my friend, that is cat command. If you want to see the detail inside a file, then you can I do cat splunk. So cat command is not only used to see the detail of a file. Cat command can be also used to see, to append the data inside this file. Cat command also is used to create a new file also. Next command is more or less command, right? So more or less command is what? So let me show you. Let me go to where logs directory. There is directory called where logs directory. And if I do ls-ltrh, so here there is a log called messages. Okay. So more, with the more, if you want to see the data of a file page wise, okay, then you can use then you can use more command. Suppose I am using more and I am giving this one. So here you can see this is the data, and if you want to see this one page wise, enter, you will be just do enter. Okay, so it will show you the data of a file page wise. So what will less will also do the same. Let's come out of it. Okay, so let's come out of it, and instead of this I am going to use less command and same message. So here you can see, you can, so more or less will be same only. Next command is your head command. See, if you want to see top 10 lines of a file, okay, then you can use head command. You can use, that is up to you, but by default it's going to show you top 10 lines. If I use head, okay, and if I use message, enter, so by default it's going to show you only 10 lines. How it's going to show you only 10 lines? Let me show you. I am going to run with this command with wc-l. Wc-l is nothing but this is called word count, and you are listing, enter. How many lines it is telling? Only 10 lines. So by default, remember these are interview question also. So by default head command is going to show you 10 lines, top 10 lines. So what is the purpose of tail command? So tail command is going to show you bottom 10 lines of a file. Okay, from bottom, not from top, from bottom. So same thing I am going to run it with the message. Okay, so here also I am able to see the data of a file, the bottom 10 lines of a file, but from bottom. And this is also 10 lines also, you can prove it, wc-l. So you can see this is also by default will give 10 lines from the bottom of a page or a file. So friend, next command is your nano command. So mostly see, in few of the Linux flavors or distributions, right? So some of them, somewhere you will be able to use nano editor, and you can use vi editor. Most of the places, means more than 500 distributions are available in the market. So all those distributions you can use vi editor, that is a like common or a generic. So mostly you can use nano also, but both are editor only. I'll show you. So if you use vi, suppose let me go to cd/splunk, okay, logs here. So just do a ll over here. So if suppose if I want to open this, edit this file splunk.log, so then I can use vi editor. Okay, enter. So here you can see, just put a insert, and you can add a data next to it, enter, right? So I am going to add a new data inside this one. Instead of this, I'm going to add and just do a write and quit colon write escape. colon, write and quit, enter, right? So here you can see if you do a cat and then just do a splunk.log. So you will come to know your this data is this line is added to this file, right? Now then what Nano is doing? Nano is also do the same way, but a different editor that is just a editor. Like Notepad, Notepad plus plus is there. Windows we use, right? Same way here also in Linux we use Nano editor and we use show you with the Nano command and you can give same Splunk. Let me give this one only, enter. So here you can see, right? And in this one, if suppose I have to add a new line, just copy and paste, just do a 7. Okay. And what you need to do is control O and then enter. That's it. And just to exit, control X. So now if I do again cat, you will come to know, see, there is a new line added to this one, right? So this is how you can use vi editor and you can use nano editor. So friends, moving to the next command, that is your grep command. Grep command is nothing but grep command is going to give a specific pattern of a file. If you want to search a specific pattern, means a specific word from a file, then you can use your which command? Then you can use grep command. Grep command also it stands for general regular expression, my friend. Okay. So grep command. Let me show you. Okay. So grep and then suppose if I want to see how many this word is used in this particular file, right? So just do a this. Okay. And from where? From which file? From splunk.log. So you can see here also, right? It's coming in red color. Okay. And if you want to know how many times this word is used in this particular file, same wc-l you can use 7 times. So this is how you can use grep command. So now what is the purpose of find command? Find command is used to find a file inside a Linux system, whether that file is anywhere. Okay, if that file is in slash var slash data or in slash temp slash etc slash opt in any directory, you don't know where is the exact location of that splunk.log. How you are going to find? So you are going to use find command. And where? In the topmost level, you don't know, means that is the root directory, the topmost level. Root I am talking about, that is not that root. So means this is the topmost level of your Linux file system, of a Linux machine, of a Linux, okay, system. So friends, here and then you need to give name and then you need to give this splunk.log. Okay, just give enter. Here you can see it's giving you the exact location of splunk.log. I'll tell you, there is also one command which you can use instead of because in industry we use these things. So instead of find command, you can use locate command also. Okay, and just give a splunk.log, so it will give you the same location slash splunk.log. Under that splunk.log is there, right friends? So friend, now moving on to the next command, that is which command. So which command is what? Suppose you want to know a particular command. For example, I'm find command only I'm talking about. Find command is executing from where? Find command is executing from slash bin slash usr slash bin find command. Friend, next command is called whoami. I'm not telling you who am I. I am Abhishek Roshan. You also know. Okay. But who am I command is like that only. So just understand what is who am I command. You will come to know. So who am I command is going to give you which is the current user through which you have logged into your Linux machine. Now the next command is called who command. You will only come to know what is who command is. Who command is going to give you the detailed user who is logged into this system. So here you can see it was a root user you logged in, then you logged in through the terminal detail, TTY, who and all is logged into this system. So friends, let's move on to the next command, that is PS command. PS command is used to see the running application, or you can say the running processes of a Linux machine. Let me use, but PS command if you give like this, it's not going to give you all the processes. Okay. So if you want to see what all processes is running for this machine. Okay, for this Linux machine, you can use ps-ef. And if you want to grep a specific process, so you can use, suppose Java is running, Splunk is running, Elk is running, right? Anything. Then you need to grep that particular. Okay, you need to grep that particular process name. So here you can see there is no Java process is running. Okay, command is, my friend, that is top command. What is top command stands for? Top command is going to give you the complete process detail of your Linux operating system. Means what? Means how many users have been logged in, what is the load average of this system for last 5 minutes, 10 minutes and 15 minutes, what is the CPU utilization, what is the memory utilization, what is the swap utilization, from what is the PID of a process ID, which user is logged in, what is the priority, what is the nice value. See, what is the CPU utilization for that particular process? What is the memory utilization of that particular process? How much? What is the percentage of ideal of your particular CPU will be there? Right. So every detail, if you want to know, then you can use top command. So friends, let's move on to the command called chmod. Okay, chmod is stands for if you want to modify. Okay, of a file permission, so then you can use chmod, modification of your file. How you are going to do this one? Let me go to splunk.log, right? And just do a ll. So here you can see file permission. What is the permission of this file? So the file permission is read, write, read. Means what? This is I'll numerically, if you want to make it, then you can calculate this one. How? So for read and write, this will be your 6, okay? And then read will be 4. Means read will be 644. Okay, the permission of this particular file is 644. So if you want to change the permission of this file from 644 to 777, so you'll understand. Okay. So just do a chmod, and I am going to change this file, this kivana.log, okay, to 777. I'm going to give full permission to this file. Enter. So if you do ll, you will come to know read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. How I've calculated 644? See, read stands for 4, right stands for here, don't, not that right, okay, w. So read, write and x, execute. So 4 2 and 1, again 4 2 and 1, again 4 2 and 1. So here 4 and 2 6, again 4, again 4, 644. And if I want to change it to again back to 644, you will see the magic. Okay, chmod, okay, the permission of this file, again I am doing 644. Okay, and I am giving the same logs over here. Enter. And just do ll over here. So it's become the same permission what it was there before. Now the next command is chown. That is ownership. If you want to change the ownership permission of a file, then you can use chown. Means ownership means what? If suppose this is file is, who owns this file? Root only. Splunk.log ll, right? And here now I'll change this permission to what? To same. Okay, ownership, own, ownership of this file, colon, again. And then what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to give the file name. What is that file name, my friend? Kivana.log. Now you'll see the ownership is changed. Command is chgrp. Chgrp stands for your, if you want to change the group permission. See here, ownership means who is the owner. So this is the first one is stands for, here only you will come to know. I'll show you. Okay. So let me change this one. You will come to know what I am talking about first. So this is er colon and root. Okay. And give this kivana.log. Just do like this. So you can see who is the owner of this file. The owner of this file is your engineer A Roshan 1. But still the group permission is with root user. But so you want to change the group permission. or group file permission of this particular user of this particular file, then what you are going to use is chgrp. Okay, and just instead of root, I am going to make it as a erosion one only, and simply just give this one enter. Now see, this is stands for your group permission. Friends, moving on to the next command, that is df command. So you will come to know what is df command stands for. Df command stands for disk free. If you want to see the detailed information of your file system, means your file system is suppose dev slash sda3 is, so how much is used, okay, how much is available, where it is mounted, the disk use means how much. Df is stands for disk free. So if you do df-h also, you will come to know in readable. So you can understand how much. Just suppose here 6 GB is used, 12 GB is available, where it is mounted on topmost level, right? And what is the file system is used over here. Okay, this is the partition the file system is it's formatted with. Okay, and what is then du stands for disk usage. If you want to see how much is a file consumes or a space, suppose if I go to cd slash splunk log, you want to see the sizes of file inside splunk log, then just do du hyphen sh. Okay, sorry, du hyphen sh, and then you need to give star, my friend, because here, so you will come to know, suppose kivana.log is there, so that is of 4 KB, rest all is empty files only. Splunk.log is 4 KB. Okay, guys, you are understanding my point. This is how you can use df command and du command. Moving on to the next command, that is called free command. With the help of free command, you will come to know how much the memory is utilized by this particular Linux machine. Okay, let me clear this one. So free. Okay, if I run this simply, you will get confused. So let me make it more readable. Free hyphen m, so you will come to know how much MB. M stands for MB. If I do free hyphen G, so you will come to know GB. So you will come to know what is the difference between free and free M and free G, free hyphen G, right? So it's going to give you your memory detail, means your RAM detail, exact RAM detail, and your swap memory detail. Okay, so friends, let's move on to the next command, that is your tar command. So let's go to again Splunk log, just do a, let's clear everything. So friends, tar command is used to archive the files. Suppose here you can see these are the files, my friend, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put all this file into a single directory. So I'm going to create a directory called mkdir Splunk archive. Okay, enter. So here, if you see here, this is created. Now I am going to move all this file inside this one. Okay, so mainly tar command is used to archive a file or to compress a file. See, actual size of this file could be in GBs also, right? Suppose you have NGBs of logs, then in that situation, you what you need to do is you need to compress that file. You suppose these logs are in GBs, and you need to make sure that you cannot delete also, because this is a data, right? So in that situation, let me move this all Splunk, right, and star where, and I want to move it to inside this one. Okay, so here you can see all the files have been moved to inside Splunk, right? Now just come out of this one. So friends, here you can see now I am going to archive this Splunk archive, means I am going to tar this file. I am going to compress the directory. How I am going to do that one? So tar hyphen cvf. Okay, that is compress verbose, and F is stands for forcefully. Okay, and then you need to give dot tar extension, and from where? From this only. Enter. So you can see now your directory is dot tar. Just do ll over here. Here you can see splunk dot tar is there, right? So this directory you have archived it. You have compressed it to dot tar. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is your gzip command. Suppose if you want to zip this file, okay. So just run a command called simple gzip command, okay, and just give this log, okay, enter. Now you can see this particular log is compressed to your log.gz. If you want to reduce the file size, then you can use gzip. And if you want to unzip this one, just run called gunzip, okay. Then zip same is opposite to this one, okay, and just enter. So here you will come to know now it's unzip now, okay. So friends, if you want to zip that tar file, means this archive, then you can use zip command. So zip command and just give this one, okay, and dot gz, and from where you are doing enter. So you can see it's zip that one. Just do a ll over here. So tar dot gz. Okay, now I am going to show you how to untar this file, okay, to this archive file. So tar hyphen xvf, enter, and then you need to give the tar this one, enter. So you can see now it is untar because this directory is already available over there. So it's showing the same. Friends, moving on to the next command, that is wget command. Suppose if you want to download something from the internet, okay, then you can use what command? Then you can use your wget command. And this is the download link. I'm just wanted to show you. I'm just copy this link and I'm directly coming to my putty. Now if I do wget, okay, I will give this URL. It's going to download. You see it's downloaded now, okay, and it's downloaded under splunk.log. Here you can see the package.rpm is downloaded over here, right? So friends, moving on to the next command, that is curl command. So with the help of curl command, you can come to know a URL, whether a data is transferring through a URL or not, okay. So whether that URL is working or not. So if I'm doing a curl, what is www dot google dot com, enter. So you are able to see so much of data. This is just data, right? It means it is working. To see, right, the server which you are trying to reach is reachable or not, okay. So if you want to see a server is reachable or not, or a application is reachable or not, so mostly it will be a server. It's nothing to do with your application. So you are going to ping that one. So how you don't know the IP. Normally IP is not a human readable. So what you are going to do over here is you are just going to do a www.google.com. So you are getting the responses, right? Means what? Your Google server is reachable. If you want to see a server is reachable or not, you can use ping command. So moving on to the next command, my friend, that is ifconfig. So by use of ifconfig command, you can see the IP of your server of your Linux machine. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is SSH command. So SSH is nothing but it's a protocol to log in from one server to other server. It's a basically a protocol and it uses 22 number port. And if you want to log in, just do a SSH, okay? And you need to give that server. Suppose if you and the username also you need to give. Suppose if I want to log in as a root user or a normal user also. So if you want to log in as a normal user, you can take the name of that normal user over here. Suppose if I want to log in with ENGR a Roshan 2. Okay, so let me show you ENGR a Roshan 2 at the rate of and the IP of that server. Okay, and what is the IP of that server is 191. So it will ask you whether you want to log in. Yes, but this time it's asking you the password. Okay, I'll tell you why. So you have logged into that server. How you come to know you have logged into? You can see it's now EN. Earlier it was E ENGR Erosion 1. And even if I run the command call ifconfig, the IP is changed 191, right? Right? So, but this time it's asking you the password. But if you want to make it to password less, so for that you need to generate a public and private key. So the public key has to be deployed in this server, okay, in your target server. and in the source server you need to deploy your private key, my friend. Now if I want to copy any file from one server to another server, suppose if I want to copy this file, okay, kivana.log, okay, under name of that other server, ENGR A Roshan 2, then how I am going to do that one? So just do a SCP, give this file name over here, and you need to give same way only. Okay, there is no other way. So for that you need to give the username, same way what we did with SSH. So you need to give the username over here, my friend. Just take this username, okay, at the rate of, okay, and you need to give the IP of that server. What is the IP of that server, my friend? So you can take it from here. I'm just changing over there to 191 colon slash where you want to copy under temp. So it's going to ask you the password. But if you want to make it as a pass, so it's copied, right? So you did a SCP. So please make sure rsync command is used. Suppose in between when you are copying a file from one location to other location, means one server to another server, in between your connection got disconnected, okay, by some issue, some network glitch will be there. So in that scenario what will happen is your file you need to copy from the start only, from where it left, not from where it left, from starting only, means the data. But in rsync what will happen is the data, suppose any glitch happened or network disconnected, okay, so it start copying from where it left. You're understanding my point, my friend, right? So this is the difference between SCP and rsync. So rsync command you can go ahead and you can use it by yourself. The syntax will be, the command will be rsync like this. Same way you can use it. It is your task. Okay. Moving on to the next command, that is your passwd command. If you want to change the password of a user, okay, then you can use passwd command. So don't use pass do wd command simply, okay. If you run a like pass wd, so it's going to change the password of that root user. Please make sure if you are a root user, so don't do this mistake. So what you need to do is pass wd and you need to give the username. Okay, so suppose let me check what all users are here. Cat slash etc pass wd. Okay, so here you can see engr. This user is here. Okay, so you can create a different user also. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to create a user. Suppose if you have to create a new user, what is that user? Subscriber one. Okay, enter. Right? So if I do cat slash etc pass wd, so you can see subscriber user is created, subscriber one user is created, but the password of this user is not set. So for that, pass wd command is there. You need to give it like this. Enter. It's going to ask you the password. Just give that password. So password is changed successfully. Friend, moving on to the next command, that if you want to delete a user, then you can use a call command user del. Okay, remember, and there are some options also which you can use, because see when you use directly user del command, it's not going to delete the home directory of that user. So in that situation, you need to use -r. Okay. So it's going to delete the home directory of that user also. So I have created a user called subscriber one. Enter. Okay. So it's deleted. That user is deleted. So same if you run this command now, there is no subscriber one user over here. Now, if you want to make any modification for that user, suppose here you can see the username and these are nothing but the UID and the GID. This is nothing but like from where the user default shell is there. What is the comment over here? So if you want to make any modification, the UID of that user or the GID of that user, then you can use user mod command. Okay, and then -c. What comment I am going to do it over here? You can give anything like this is uh test user. Okay, and just give this one under quotes. Okay, and give the username over here. Enter. Now run the same command. You'll be able to see this comment is entered for this particular user. This is a test user. So this is how you can make any of this. Whether you want to change the home directory of this user, you can use this one. Whether you want to change the UID of this user, you can do this one. Okay. So you can make even default shell you can change of this user with user mod command. You can do it, my friend. Friends, moving on to the next command, that is group add. If you want to create a group, okay, like user we have added, right? So same way, if you want to create a group, then you need to add called group add command is there. Okay. So friends, same way like you are adding a user, same way you can add a group also. If you want to see where the group is added, so cat slash etc group is the file. Okay. So here you can see the subscriber one. By default, a group will be created for the user. So same one, if I want to create a directly group, okay, so just run a command called group and then add, and then you need to like suppose I am creating a YouTube underscore family. Okay, so this group is added. How I come to know that this group is created? So here you can see this is a secondary group which I've created, and if you can add this user subscriber one to YouTube family also like this. That also you can do it. So same way also, if you want to delete this group, so just do a group and then del. Okay, and then you need to give this group name. Okay, so now if you run the same command, that group is deleted from here. There is no group exist over here. Same way, if you want to make a modification to the existing group, that also you can do it. Just run a command called group mod, and then you need to give a group name over here. So this is the way you can do it, my friend. Okay. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is sudo command. Sudo command is that is sudo. Okay, sudo command stands for sudo can super user can do. Means if you want to execute a command as a root user, then you can use sudo command. Okay, friend, moving on to the next command, that is su command. Just now I have shown you if you want to switch a user from one user to other user. Suppose su and I want to switch it to a which user. Just now I have created one user also subscriber one. Okay, you have switched to if you run a command called whoami, you will come to know you are in subscriber one. Exit. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is your date command. If you see, I run a date command, it's going to give you the date of this particular Linux machine. And same way, cal command you can run, it will going to give you the calendar. Friends, moving on to the next command, that is the host name command. Host name command is everybody should know if you run a host name. So see here, because I have not set a host name of my machine. So normally you will see a virtual machine has some host name, right? So here you can see I have not given a name to my server. I can set a host name. Okay, so that even I can make a, so for example, host name, and I am going to give my server www.engroshan1.com. Enter. Okay, now if I run a C host name command, so you can see it is changed now, right? And so this is how you can come to know what is the host name, means the name of that server. Okay, so moving on to the next command, my friend, that is uname command. So this is very good command, normally asked in interview also. So if you run a uname command, it will show you what machine this is. Okay, so there are different options you can use it with. It's a Linux machine, so it's going to give you Linux, and you name hyphen a, so it's going to give you the complete architecture of this machine. If you want to see the kernel version also, you can come to know with the uname. If you want to see different options, you can use it with uname, and you can check it's your task. So uname command is mostly going to give you details of this operating system normally. Moving on to the next command, my friend, that is fdisk command is there. Fdisk. Okay, fdisk hyphen l command is there. So normally fdisk hyphen l command is used to see the disk information of your Linux operating system. This is very important. See here, you can see dev slash SDA. This is one of the disk which is partition has been done for this disk. Same way, and same lsblk command hyphen l is also used for the same purpose. So if you want to see the information, so if you want to see the information of your disk, okay, or the partition, then you can use lsblk hyphen l, or you can use fdisk hyphen l command. Both is so, friends. Moving on to the next command, that is mount command. Mount command is nothing but if you want to mount, for example, let me show you df hyphen h. Suppose if you want to mount a particular partition, okay, to a directory. And why we are doing this one? Because suppose you have created a partition slash dev slash sda3, and you want to utilize that partition. Means obviously you are going to store data, right? Where you are going to store your data? Inside your disk. Like normally if you copy your hard disk also, right, you are copying. So same way here also in Linux you have your disk or a partition. So how you are going to use that one? You need to mount, suppose, any directory which you have created on top on this, friend. First of all, run the command called df-h over here, and you can see here uh, there is no. So here you can see here also dev slash SDA3 is there, but there is another partition which I have created over here. Just run a command called lsblk-h. So you'll come to know there is a partition which I have already created as db1 in this different server. So now I'm going to use the mount command to utilize this partition. How I'm going to do that one, my friend? So just do a cd slash, okay, ls-ltrh. Here I'm going to create a directory called subscriber 2. Okay. So if I do ls-ltrh, then you can see it is here, right? But I have not used utilized the disk. Okay. So I am going to use the command called mount. Okay. And what I am going to do here? I am going to mount on slash SDB1. Where you want to mount? You want to mount on subscriber 2. Now run df-h command. See, it's mounted, right? So this is the use of mount command. Okay. Now, if you have to unmount, there is also called umount command. Just do a umount command. Okay. And then you just give subscriber to enter. Now, if you do df-h, it's gone, right? So, moving on to the next command, my friend, that is kill all command is there. With the help of kill all command, you can terminate the process with the process name. So, friends, moving on to the next command, the command is this command is very important. So, please don't forget this command. So, it's going to give you all your network statistics. Suppose which port is listening or which port is not listening. You can use the option called anp, okay, and pipe, and then you can grep also. Suppose any of this port, for a particular port, you wanted to know that whether it's listening or not, okay, it's connected or not, then you can use netstat. Netstat is mainly stands for network statistic, okay, to see a port is listening or not, right? So next, moving on to the next command, my friend, that is lspci. So lspci command is going to give you the list of PCI devices. Okay, so same way lusb command is there. So you will come to know which all USB devices is connected. So as you can see, a mouse is connected, root hub is connected, like that. So all the details which all USB is connected to this particular virtual machine, my friend. Okay. Okay, friends, let's move on to the next command, that is mkfs command. So here mkfs command is like if you want to format a file system, guys, then you can use mkfs command. You can see mk, if you run a make file system, it stands for mkfs. Okay. If I do so, you can format a file system with ext2, ext3, or ext4. So suppose you have a disk. Okay, let me show you. If I run a command called lsblk, okay, enter. So here you can see this is a disk SDC. and this is the partition which I have already done, SDC1. So if I have to format, because to utilize the disk, okay, first what you need to do is you need to format that disk. Like in Windows, right, in pen drive you can you do a format of NTFS or a FAT file system, right? Same way in Linux also you need to use a disk, then you need to format that one. So the just run make file system mkfs, okay, and I am going to format this with ext4, and which file system and which partition slash dev slash sdc1, okay. So enter. So here you can see now this particular partition is formatted with mkfs. Okay. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is fsck. Fsck stands for file system check. So it's going to check the integrity of a file system. Means what? Means suppose your file system got corrupted, then how you are going to make sure the file system is error free, right? When your Linux system reboots, okay, at that time normally what happened is some of the file system get corrupted, so your Linux system will not come up. This is the reason the Linux system will not come up. It will be either in hung or it will not in come up. So in that situation, you need to run the command called fsck, where your partition is mounted. Suppose slash dev, just now you have seen sdc1, and just run this command. So here you can see clearly it's telling that this particular is this particular dev slash sd1 is clean, means there is no error free. So if error will be there, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3 like that, it will be there, and you can repair or repair also that one. So friends, let's move on to the next command, that is rpm-ivh. If you have to install the package, okay. So this is nothing but Red Hat Package Manager, and I stands for install, V stands for verbose, H stands for hash format. So if you want to install any package or any application in your Linux operating system, then you can use rpm-ivh command. Okay, so let me show you. I am going to install vsftpd over here. So you can see vsftpd is installed. And the next command is, if you want to know that whether a package is installed or not, just run a command called rpm-qa and just give a vsftpd. Okay. So it's going to give you a output, means this package is installed. Okay. And so friend, if you want to uninstall the package, so then what you need to do, rpm-e vsftpd, enter. So it's going to uninstall the package. If you run the same command, rpm-qa, whether the package is installed or not, it's not going to give you any output. So friend, the next command is how to start a service. So just now you have seen we have installed vsftpd. So now we are going to start vsftpd service. So for that you can run a command called systemctl start vsftpd. And how we can come to know, the next command is called, my friend, that is to check whether vsftpd service is running or not. So here you can see clearly vsftpd service is running and it's active. Okay. And now if you have to stop this service, then you can run the command systemctl stop vsftpd. Okay. So friend, this is how we can start a service, stop a service, and we can come to know the status of a service. Okay. Friends, moving on to the next command, that is history command. So if you run a history command, so you will come to know what all commands you have executed in the current session till now. Remember, once you have disconnected this session, you will not get all this one. So please make sure, if you want to know what all commands you have executed, you need to run history command. Okay. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is awk command, that is awk command also we can say. So if you want to know what is a awk command, you can just do a awk and manual. So you'll come to know what is awk command. Awk command is mostly, you can say, it's a text processing language, and it's used to see from a file. If you want to filter something, if you want to get any data from a file, okay, if you want to process a file, okay, if you want any sort of a data from a file, you can use awk command. So let me show you how we can use awk command. It's very important. So here you can see I have a file called new.txt. Okay. So I am going to run a command. Let me show you what is there in new.txt. So in new.txt, there are almost, I can say, 5 names are there, and everybody has their age over here. So suppose if I want a list of people who is having 30 years or older than that. Okay, then how I am going to get this data and how I am going to fetch the data from this text or from this text file. Okay, so friends, for that you need to run this awk command and then $2 greater than equal to 30 print, and then you need to give this file name. So here you will come to know, see, Bob is 30 and David is 35. So who is having 30 and older than 30, you are getting that data. So this is how you can use awk command. The next command is your sed command. Sed command is nothing but sed. You can say this is sed. Sed is nothing but it's a stream editor. So if you want to search a word and you want to replace that word with that searchable word, let me show you how we can do this one. So we have a file called Kivana. So what is there inside this one? So here you can see this is used almost 6 times. Okay. So I want to replace this with my. Okay. Then how I am going to do that one? With the as set command, and you need to use single quotes, and then you need to give as, yeah, and the word which you are searching. Okay. What word you are searching? This one. And then again, which word you want to replace with this one, so you are giving this one, my, and you need to give g over here, and finally you need to give the file name over here, enter. So are you able to see I am able to replace this with my? So this is how you can use set command. That is so, friends, let's move on to the next command, that is sort command. Sort command is mostly used to ascending and descending order of a file. So here you can see this is a file kivana.log, and if I have to make this file in a proper order, then we can use sort command. Just let me show you. So if I use a sort command and then I run this one, so here you can see it's giving me the output with 1 2 3 4 5 6, but the actual data of this file is in some random order too. So friends, the next command is called unique command. Unique command, as the name clearly stated, that UNIQ. Okay, with this one you can remove the duplicates. So first let me show you the cat. I am going to show you this what is there in the kivana.log. So here you can see there are two lines which is of duplicate lines here, right? So if you want to eliminate the duplicates line, you just do a unique and just give this kivana.log. Okay, so here you can say it's eliminated the duplicate line from here. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is cut command. Okay, cut command. And what is the purpose of cut command? Suppose if you want a specific column from a file, for example, I am telling cat slash etc pass wd, it is the file. From here I only want this user's name, whatever the user's name, like here you can see subscriber one, ENGR A Roshan 1, or TCP dump. I want only this from this entire file, this particular column complete. Then how I can use, how I can get this data. Okay, so for that, what you need to do, you can use cut command, and then you need to give a delimiter. Okay, and then so delimiter means what? There is almost colon is there everywhere. So you are using delimiter, and which column you want? The first column you want, and from where you want slash etc and pass wd, enter. So you are only getting a data which is of first line. Here you can see clearly. So I'm only getting the username. Rest of the data is eliminated. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is wc command. Here only you can come to know. See, suppose how many user names are there. Just now I get a data, but at the same time, if somebody is coming to you and he's asking how many user names are available in this file, same, just do a pipe and just do a wc, means word count. Okay, so you will come to know how many word counts are there, but wc can be also used with hyphen l. Okay, so now you will come to know 45 usernames are there. Okay, directly you can get this data with the wc. Wc stands for word count, my friend. Okay, now moving on to the next command, my friend, that is t command. Okay, so how t command is used, I am going to show you. So I am going to use this same command. Okay, and if I want this data to be redirected to a file, I want this. See, this is just a display, but if you want this one to be into a file, you just give one here, file one dot txt. Okay, enter. Now, if you do ll over here, so here you can see file one dot txt is created, and if you do cat of this file, all the data is here. This is how we can use T command. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is alias command. So alias command, what it does is, suppose just now we have executed this command, my friend, right? So I want this command to be alias, means I want this command to be shorter. Okay. So I don't want to execute this full command. I can't remember this command all the time. So for that, what you need to do is you just need to do a alias of this one. So I am making this hold command as a F1. Okay, here you can see, right? And if you do enter over here, so the next time I no need to run. What I need to run, I just need to run, my friend, here F1. Okay, so if I run F1, I am getting the same output. So ultimately, it's creating a shortcut of your command. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is unalias. So just now you did a alias. So same way, what you need to do is just do a unalias, and you need to give the shortcut of that name. Enter. Now if I run F1 this time, it's not going to give me any output because just now I did unalias for that one. So friends, next command is echo command. If you want to print anything in the terminal, you can use echo command. Okay, suppose if I want to print anything, for example, if I'm telling here that hello world, okay, so it's going to give me the output as a hello world, my friend. Okay, so friends, the next command is sleep command. The name itself is clear. So if you want to make sure if you are executing any command and if you want to give a delay of 2 seconds or a 3 second, then you can use a sleep command. Let me show you how we can achieve this one. So I am going to create a file here called, you can give any file over here. I'm just going to give a file called subscriber 2. Okay, and I'm just creating a script of this one. Okay, so here I'm going to give this one, I've created a bash script of this one, and I have given a sleep of 2 second and sleep of 3 seconds. So first it's going to echo starting, and after 2 seconds it's going to give for working, and after 3 seconds it's going to give the echo. It's going to print finished over here, right? So, and you need to give permission chmod executable permission to this one, my friend, to execute this script. Okay, now if I have to execute this script, okay, here you can see starting is giving, it's waiting for 2 seconds, now it's wait for 3 seconds, and now it's given finished. So this is how we can use sleep command. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is vast command. That is if you want to execute a command repeatedly. Suppose if you want to execute a command every 5 seconds. So yeah, I want to execute ls command every 5 seconds. So I'm going to give like watch is here, and then hyphen n, and then ls. Okay, so enter. So every, you can see every 5 seconds it's going to watch, it's going to repeatedly execute the same command. So it's wait for 5 seconds, again it's watching. So here you can see the timing. Now it's changed, right? Here you can see now it is changed. Every 5 seconds it's repeatedly executing that one. You need to understand from here. So the output is same. Okay, so you are not able to see because the time is changing over here. Okay. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is NC command. The name itself is clear. That is netcat command. Suppose if you want to see whether a port is listening or not, okay, whether the network connectivity is correct or not. So you can use this NC command. Same like nestat command is there. So here I am going to execute. So if you want to see a port is listening or not, for example, SSH port is 22. Okay, so it's giving you that bind to this one, and this address is already in use. So it means it's listening. It's SSH we are using here. So it's quitting this one. Fine. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is ls op command. If you want to see the list of open files, so if suppose some user is using some file and he forgot to close that, and he just exited from the system. Okay, so those files will be still open. So you can see with this ls of command, so you can see these many files have been opened. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is man command. The name itself I have previously also explained. This is manual page. If you want to know any, suppose cp command is there. So you want to know what cp command is stands for and what all options we can use with the cp command. You can use man command. That, so friends, moving on to the next command, that is what is command. Suppose if I am telling what is, Suppose if I want to know what is cat command stands for, so it's going to give me a short description of this command. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is kill command. Suppose if you want to kill a process or a service, then you can use kill hyphen 9 is there. Okay, you want to terminate that process. So you remember properly, we have run a command called vsftpd, or for systemctl status vsftpd. So you can see this service is active and running. So I want to kill this process or a service. The other way also you can do it, but if you want to use with the kill command, that also we can do it. How we can do this one, my friend? So just get the PID of this process, and ps-ef, and then pipegraph vsft PD. So here you can see this is the process ID, my friend. Okay, just do a kill and hyphen 9 and just give this process ID. Now the process is how we come to know it is stopped or not. So just run this one. Here you can see now the same process is failed. So, friend, moving on to the next command, that is SSH keygen. This is very much important command. Suppose if you want to authenticate from this server to the server of this IP, you can see here, and there is another server also here. So you can see, right? This one, correct? So this is a different IP whole itself. You can see here, right? So if I want to authenticate, if I want to log in from one server to other server, password less, you want to do a SSH, then in that scenario, you need to generate a SSH keygen like this. Here you can see. So SSH keygen hyphen T RSA, enter, enter, enter. So the here I have created SSH keygen password less. Now, what I need to do is, if you go to this directory, my friend, just go to this directory. Okay, here, just go to this directory and just do a LL over here. So here you can see there will be a ID underscore RSA, and there will be ID underscore RSA dot pub is there. So what we need to do is, we need to take this ID underscore RSA dot pub, and you need to implement this into the other server, my friend, in the other server. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is your uh, uh, PV display command is there, or you can say PVS, that is physical volume display. So here I have not created a physical volume, so you are not getting any output. There is other command called VGS, that is volume group. That is, see, once you create a physical volume, from there you can create a volume group, and from there you can create a logical volume, that is LVS. So I'm not getting any output over here. So this is something you can execute wherever the physical volume is created, or a logical volume, or a volume group. Okay. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is called NSLOOKUP. NSLOOKUP is used to resolve IP to host and host to IP. Suppose if I'm running a command called, first let me run this one, ifconfig. Okay, I want to know the host name of this particular server, whether it's resolving or not. IP to host and host to IP means what? NS lookup. Okay, NS lookup, and you just give the IP of this server. So here you can see it's clearly telling that the server cannot find. The reason is because there is no DNS mapping happened for this one. So friends, moving on to the next command, and I am executing this command from the first command, LL command, that is long listing. So you can list down whatever the files or a directory inside a directory with detailed information, my friends. So this is how you can use the LL command. So friends, moving on to the next command, that is tell command. You remember I have explained tell command, but there is something called, if you go to cd var log, okay, here. So here what will happen, I'll tell you. If you see, there are some logs which is generating continuously. So if you want to see the running logs, so then you can use tell command and hyphen app, and you can give message like this. So it's going to give, you can see the running logs by running tell app command, my friend. Moving to the next command, my friend, that is very much important if you are doing some kind of a automation, and if you want to schedule that automation. Suppose that script it should run 1 a.m. in the morning. Then where you are going to do that one, that is called your cron tab. Okay, and just do L. So as of now, no cron tab is scheduled. So once you create a script, you can schedule that script inside this file, my friend. or directly you can do a cron tab, and if you want to edit this file, just do a cron tab -e. So you can put your entries over here and you can schedule the script. Suppose you want to take the backup of a server, then you can use cron tab. Last but not the least, that is two commands. One command is your shutdown command. Now you know what is shutdown command stands for. If I shut down, the system will shut down. Okay. And there is something called reboot command. If I'll use reboot command, this Linux machine will reboot here. Okay. So friends, I am ending up the session here only. Thank you for watching this video, and for more videos stay tuned to my channel, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Jai Hind friends.